Hi guys, wanted to film kind of an overview of my life planner and my current setup. This of course is the Erin Condren 2015 life planner. I have my butterfly cover on right now. I really like this cover. It's one of many that I have, but that's part of the reason why I like Erin Condren, because I can change out the covers and it kind of reduces my need to planner jump because it makes it have a totally different feel once you add a new cover. On the outside I just have a Keep It Together band. This is by the Erin Condren brand. If you don't want to use the Erin Condren planner bands or want like a better variety of colors, a good idea is to go on either Amazon or Etsy and just search headbands. There's a ton of color options, a little bit cheaper sometimes too, and there's even on Etsy there's stores that have specifically are designed to fit the Erin Condren Life Planner with custom headbands that match certain covers. Okay, so I'm going to take that off and just kind of show you guys what's inside. So the first thing you'll see when you open up the planner is This Is My Life, which is on the back side of every cover. A lot of people put their name or phone number or address in case they lose their planner. I don't have my address on here, but I probably should. I don't really take my planner out with me day to day, but I do travel with it when we are on vacation, so I should probably add my phone number in here somewhere just in case it gets lost. Over here I have a dashboard that I made. I have a video showing you exactly how to make this. It's just basically all the post-its that I use most frequently, and it's nice to have them, especially when I do travel, so I don't have to bring post-its with me. They're already included in my planner. And I make new ones for like every season or like holidays. Like this one was for Easter and kind of spring, so I'll make another one when summer comes around. A good way to change up the feel of your planner aside from changing the cover is to change your dashboard, because this like kind of gets me in the mood for spring, and then if I had a summer one or whatever, or Christmas one, it's just kind of nice to have. So I will link my tutorial on how to make one of these below. And then when I originally purchased the planner, I purchased it as a Platinum Life Planner, and so it comes with this like vellum overlay that goes on top of this page. If you order the standard planner, it won't come with this. When I first ordered this planner, they did not have interchangeable covers yet, so I splurged for the Platinum edition. I still like the Platinum cover. It's just that now that they have interchangeable covers, it's not necessarily worth it to me to splurge for the Platinum when typically change my planner cover out once a month, sometimes even more frequently than that. And then after you flip the vellum page, it's just the weekly on the go, standard for all life planners, some design work from her, and then the next thing you get is this yearly spread of the calendar. I purchased the 18-month version of the life planner, so mine starts in July and ends in December, and what I use this for is as a travel tracker, which I really liked that idea, especially since we've been traveling more frequently. So I just basically block the dates out with these little dots. These are from Walmart, like in the office supply section near the garage sale pricing stickers. And I just block out the dates that we've traveled and where we went, and if we went as a family, or me and my husband just went, or my husband had to travel for work, whatever the case may be, I just mark it down in here. It's just a fun way to track travel. And then you just get some more designs. It says life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And then you start right into the monthly spread of the calendar. I did not actually start planning in this book until September, and that was because that's when I received the book. I ordered it a little bit later than when it was released, so I started when I got the book, and that again was in about the second week of September. So just going over some of my layouts, it's kind of interesting to look back at some of these and see how I planned and what I used and what was important for me to have back then versus what I plan with now. I'm a lot more into Etsy stickers than I was before, but I still did use some of them here and there. And these are just a few of my layouts. I won't show you every page because I don't think that would be very fun for you, but as you can see, I was not using my monthly spread. I love the monthly spread, and it's like the perfect size. I don't know why I don't use it more often. I should. I just, for some reason, never turned to it. Most recently I started using it a little bit more, and I use it for tracking birthdays and like major holidays. It took me a while to actually start using it. So just flipping through some of my layouts. I used to keep a post-it down here which I would write things that I needed to pick up at the store, but I found that was just taking up too much space. And now I either keep my list on my phone in the notes section, or I'll make a separate list and tuck it in my wallet, or take a picture of it and bring it with me. And then I did stop planning for a little bit because we moved and I just did not have the time to plan like I normally would like to, so I kind of slacked off, but I picked back up back in December and have been planning every week since. And it is my goal this year to stay in one planner for the year, because I did a lot of planner hopping last year, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like to keep these as a memory for our family, so it's nice to have them all in one book. So my goal this year is to stay in this specific planner, even if Erin Condren releases another planner or when she releases her other planners. I just want to stick with this book, as hard as it is to fight the urge to buy a new one. I really want to have one completed book for our family this year. And then this was Christmas week, and what I did was coil clipped in my meal plan, shopping list, all that stuff, and that's so that I have it for next year if I want to reference back what I made or how much I needed of a certain item, things like that. I just wanted to have that coil clipped in. And again, you can see here where I kept my post-it list with all the things we needed to get. Just ended up working out better to keep it either on my phone or on a separate sheet of paper. Here's where I started using my monthly layout a little bit more, just to, like I said, to track birthdays, important holidays, things like that. I also keep a list of videos that I want to film over here. Just as I get the idea, I'll put it in and then check it off if I film it. Another spread where I just use some more decorative stickers. Most of my stickers, though, you could see are pretty functional or have to do with a specific task. They're not necessarily like fall themed or, you know, Valentine's Day. It's really just kind of like extra stickers, extra things to draw my attention to certain things, like for finishing up our laundry for the trip and made sure I prepped my kids' bags. Just, you know, little notes to myself to remember to do things. And then this is a weekly spread in February that was on my daughter's birthday. And what I did was coil clipped in a Project Life card just to write down the memories of that day, kind of like what she was into, what we did, what was special, things like that. Important memories that I want to keep that won't necessarily fit in the Erin Condren boxes, but are important for me to keep. And I use the standard coil clips, which you can buy on erincondren.com. I started getting really into the custom stickers on Erin Condren. These are great. I find these are like the perfect sticker. Sometimes it's best to go with like what's designed for the planner. And these are so obviously specifically designed for the planner. They are nice and vibrant. They fill the space perfectly, and they're just so simple and neat that I just like them a lot. So I started using those a lot more in this week, and you can see I continued that through this week. And this was a countdown to Easter using page flags from Target. Just things I've picked up along the way. This was actually an idea from Jen Plans. It's Jen_plans on Instagram, I believe, to use this, and I love this idea. It's perfect because my daughter can look at my planner and see how many days until the Easter Bunny comes, or till it's Christmas, or till her birthday, things like that. And then this is the current monthly spread through April, and what I like to do is keep a magnetic paper clip that clips the month to my weekly spread, so that if I want to reference back, I could just flip it really quickly and they're kept together. It brings me right to the monthly spread. And this is my current monthly spread, again using more Etsy stickers. I just love them because they're like so customizable, and you know, you can really tailor to what you want to remember in your planner, or things that are important to you, like my daughter's school. You know, obviously somebody who doesn't have kids this wouldn't be a sticker for you, but just things that like I want to remember, like our pregnancy tracker and things that are specific to my family, and you can find things that are specific to your family as well. These I've talked to death. These are the Planner Kate mini bookmarks, which I absolutely love. They're like the perfect size, such cute design, and they're just the perfect height to be able to keep my book closed but still be able to flip right to the page. And then obviously the rest of the months are blank. At the end of the book you get a note section. Some of the pages are lined, and then if you go to the way back, they are not lined. I prefer the lined pages just because they keep my handwriting a little bit neater, but the unlined pages are beautiful too. And so Matt clipped together right here are all my pen samples. Basically what I did was took every pen that I have and wrote in them with exactly what color it is. So when I'm referencing back to see what pen I want to use for my weekly spread, I can see exactly what color it appears on paper, because sometimes the barrel of the pen isn't a good indicator as to what the actual ink color is, so I like to have it written out so I can see. And plus sometimes, you know, the different paper you write on can kind of change the color of the ink, so it's nice to see what it looks like on Erin Condren paper. Again, more pen samples. I pretty much wrote in every pen that I have so far. And I really do use this a lot more than I thought I would. And then next up, I have a summer 2015 bucket list, which is just basically things that we want to do together as a family over my daughter's summer vacation. Some of the things are like, you know, let the girls wash their bikes outside in the driveway, go cosmic bowling, paint rocks, go to a festival, plant flowers together, sidewalk chalk day, barbecue and dinner outside, which we do very frequently, so that'll be an easy one to check off. Go swimming, water balloon fight, finger paint, special day for each kiddo, vacation, living room camp out, picnic at a park or a forest, farmer's market, fireworks, sprinklers, ice cream for dinner, library, family photos, at least 2 new parks, kids make Kool-Aid, splash pad, Warren Dunes, which are close to our house. Just things that we, you know, fun things to do over the summer. It's nice to have a list of things for when, on those days that you're like bored and have nothing to do, you can look at this list and have some ideas on things to do. And then next I have my morning routine, which I know a lot of you have been curious about. So I'll go into a little bit of detail here. So basically every morning when I wake up, I go through and do all of these things, and every night before I go to bed, these are the things that I want to get taken care of before I can go to sleep. These are a little bit out of order. So the first thing we do when we wake up, I always make the bed. I make our bed and the girls' beds. It just helps me throughout the day. I don't know what it is, but I cannot have unmade beds. Like some people can't have dishes in their sink. Unmade beds just drives me crazy. So I do it the first thing we wake up, and then it's done for the day. And then usually we come out and I make breakfast for the girls, and then once they're finished, I'll eat breakfast. And when I'm eating breakfast, I'll check and clear my email inbox, check Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And then I will do a kitchen cleanup, which basically just kind of pull all the dishes off the breakfast table, you know, wash any dishes that need to be hand washed or that were left over from the night before, things like that, which I also have washed dishes up here, so that's kind of all one big thing. And then I will update my planner, see what we have to do that day, add any things that need to be added, and then using that, I will prep my diaper bag. You know, based on what activity we have, I prep my diaper bag and just go through and, you know, add specific things we may need, such as if we're going to be gone for the day and I want to pack my girls' lunch, I'll add lunches to my diaper bag, or, you know, if it's somewhere that we're going, you know, in the summer, say we go to like a splash pad, I'll add a change of clothes for my daughters, things like that. And then the last thing I do is meal prep. So that includes either taking out meat to defrost or starting like a slow cooker meal, or things like that. Just basically any meal prep that needs to be done for dinner that night, especially if we're gonna be gone all day. And then at nighttime, again, this is kind of out of order. I usually start with dinner cleanup, obviously putting dishes away from dinner, pans and stuff like that, cleaning up the kitchen, wiping down the counters, and just making sure the kitchen is nice and clean before we go to bed. And then usually my husband takes the garbage out, and we start our bedtime routine with the kids, which is basically brush their teeth, and if it's bath night, we do a bath and then read a story. And then once the kids are in bed, I will start my to-do list for the next day. Any social media upkeeping, whether it's responding to your comments or, you know, adding a picture to Instagram, things like that, whatever I need to do that day. So I'll just double check that, and then I will update my planner if need be. So that's basically my morning and night routine. It's pretty standard, but it's nice. Sometimes I'll forget something, or just, you know, to have a reference, and also, you know, just to keep track for memory's sake. I would love to see what my mom's morning routine was when we were little, so it's just kind of fun to see. And then next is my weekly planning session checklist. These are the things that I do every week when I'm doing my planning. You guys, of course, know all about this because you probably have seen a few plan with me's. But basically, it's weather tracking, laundry coding, meal planning, adding in any definite activities, washi taping the bottom and the weekend off, monthly calendar, and add any important events. On Sunday, I track my Instagram followers and my YouTube subscribers. I list shops, Instagram, and shopping links in the description when that's after I upload the video. And then I add a project life card for any important memories or dates. And then on this page, I just have a list of kind of like our go-to meals. Meals that I can cook without a recipe, if there's something that I need kind of in a pinch, or I'm like thinking, you know, trying to go through a meal plan and I can't think of any meals. It's just nice to have a list of things that I know my family likes and that I know how to make quickly, and I don't have to put too much thought in it. And then over here I just have this list of party food. These are going to be, I just started this. It's basically lists of food that we can bring to parties that I know are good and have been enjoyed at past parties, so that when the party comes, I'm not like scouring through Pinterest trying to figure out something to bring. These are things that I know how to make and have been enjoyed by my family or friends at our past parties. And that's pretty much it in terms of notes that I keep. I have room to grow, so if there's anything else I want to add, I can. And then of course you get the Erin Condren stickers that come with the planner. I always forget to use these. I should probably take them out and put them in my sticker book so I remember to use them. And then in my Keep It Together folder, I keep my Forget-Me-Not calendar. This is just the monthly spread of all of our friends and family's birthdays. And then I also keep any packaging from racks that I've received or reviews that I need to do back here in case I need to send something to the people who send it or if I want to return the rack favor. And I keep my pen loop attached. This was an idea from one of you guys. I was putting them on the covers, and then every time I'd switch out my cover I'd have to add in a new pen loop, so it's nice to have it on my Keep It Together folder. It's been here for probably a good maybe 3 months and it's holding up perfectly. And then in the clear plastic envelope, I don't know why I put these here, but this is the home that they found and they've stuck there ever since. And it's just my emoji stickers, which you can find at Target. Sometimes they have them on Amazon. And that is the basic overview of my life planner. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, of course, leave them below. And if you have a overview of your planner on YouTube, make sure to let me know so I can go and take a look at it, because I always find it interesting how we can all have the same planner, but we all use them so differently. Even like with the stickers, everybody can have the same stickers, but they're used so differently or decorated differently. So be sure to let me know if you have an overview video so I can watch it. As always, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.